What's going on, YouTube? It's your girl Monique Nicole, and I am back with another video. Before we get started, if you are new to my channel, please make sure you are subscribed. Please go ahead and click that notification button. That way you will get notified whenever I drop new content. Please like, subscribe, and just support my channel. You guys, every little bit of support counts and helps along the way. Okay. Today, honey, we will be discussing the Real Housewives of Atlanta. We are season 13, and tonight I will be discussing episode 8. I have been MIA with reviews for Atlanta Housewives, for everything, as y'all can see on my channel, but Housewives of Atlanta, this season was not really giving me what I was really wanting, honey. It just was not giving me what I needed. It was very, very lackluster compared to previous seasons of Housewives of Atlanta. You know, RHOA really helped put Bravo on the map. It really put the Housewives franchise on the map and was the highest rated city out of any other cities in the franchise for several years. So the last couple of years, the ratings have been going down, and for season 13, I just was not impressed. It was a lot of filler episodes. I think maybe episode 6, 5 or 6 was starting to get a little bit more decent. But you know, now that we are on the girls' first trip for the season, things are getting a little spicier. And this is where Cynthia's bachelorette party takes place, and all of the stripper gate goes down in relation to the stripper and Portia and Tanya allegedly having a little situation with the stripper. So we are going to get into it again, episode 8. So the girls, basically we pick up where last week left off. The girls are on the bus heading to South Carolina, and the ladies had just found out that Kenya not only now has taken a jet for she and LaToya to go there, but she's also brought her child, baby Brooklyn, on the trip without letting any of the girls know, and also without offering any of the other ladies the option of bringing their child. You know, a few of the girls have young, little children, i.e. Candy, Portia, Shamia. You know, they all three have little ones. Portia was even saying that she was sad and emotional leaving Pilar that morning. You know, Candy has her baby. Not to say the ladies wanted to bring their baby with them on a girls' trip, which I think is weird anyway. But I think just out of respect and courtesy as being the hostess of any type of trip, Kenya should have extended that option for the other ladies. And this is very reminiscent of what happened on Real Housewives of Potomac in the beginning of the season, when Monique brought the ladies to her lake house and allowed Ashley to bring her baby and did not allow Wendy to bring hers. A lot of people were really split on their opinion about it, and because people hated Wendy so much, they turned a blind eye, but those same people seem to understand why Portia's annoyed. So it's just really interesting how the two are very parallel. But I agreed with Potomac that Wendy should have been allowed the same option, and I do feel like Kenya should have told the other girls that she was bringing Brooklyn, just as a heads up. It's just courtesy. You don't have to do it, but it's courtesy, and you're supposed to do those things when you are a hostess. Okay, let's move on. So let's see my notes. Okay, so Cynthia arrives to the house. Kenya and LaToya are, basically showing Cynthia the rooms, etc. Kenya hooks her girl up. Cynthia has a pretty decent room. So we find out that Kenya has a murder mystery planned for that same night. So the same night that the girls are going to arrive to the house is the same night that they're going to have this murder mystery event. We'll get into that a little bit later. Honestly, it was just poorly planned in my opinion. It's just wild to me. She took a jet So she's gotten there several hours before anyone else. So she's been able to rest, take a nap, get herself situated, etc. The girls arrive, okay? It was supposed to be a 4-hour bus ride, and it turned out to be 8 hours. I don't understand how it turned to 8 hours. I don't know if the girls had to take several restroom breaks or like grab food or what have you, but it went from 4 hours to 8 hours. So at this point, the ladies have been trapped on a bus, mind you, a hot bus, okay, for 8 hours in the dead heat of, summer. Atlanta, the South, it gets hot. Okay, folks, it gets really hot down here. Okay, so they were on that hot ass bus with no AC for 8 hours. So when they walked in, hello, they want to chill, drink, wash their ass. I mean, can I take a shower first, bitch? You got me all and then you go play the murder mystery. Y'all, let's be real. Let's keep it a buck. That murder mystery was so freaking ghetto. Even Drew said it in her confessional. She was like, this is the most ghetto murder mystery I've ever seen. Now, I love a good murder mystery, honey. I do. I love it. And I would have been stoked for it had Kenya planned it a different day, but not the night that I just got off a hot, sweaty bus. So the girls weren't really featuring it. They were just like, oh, okay, this is cute. Ha ha ha. They took it as a joke. So let me back up. At first, the girls didn't know what was going on, right? So what happened first? I think the black girl ran in and she was doing all this gyrating she was doing. She was supposed to pretend like she was shot or stabbed. And so she ran and fell out on the damn floor. Everybody was like, what the hell's going on? And then Candy was like, oh, is this like a murder mystery thing? And then these two white guys run in with guns. Child, when Portia jumped over the couch, that was Negro reflexes, okay? Her reflexes kicked in. She said, bye, and she jumped over that couch. That was hilarious. Again, the murder mystery is a cute idea, but it was done, in my opinion, very poorly. It just wasn't up to like certain standards. So at this point, the girls are over it. The only two people that are really trying to the only two people who are really actually participating and even showing a little bit of like attention to the events are Candy and Tanya. Those are the only two that are really like paying attention. So weirdly enough, Kenya purposely just ends it, and she purposely reveals the answer. Candy was like, okay, so you solved the mystery, but you already knew it. So it was weird. Nonetheless, Kenya was a decent sport, and she gave the winning, she let Tanya win basically, because the winner was going to get a good room or something at the house. And y'all know how big of a deal the room situation is for these girls now when they go on vacation, honey. The room situation is just so crucial. I never understand it. Don't get me wrong. I don't want a bad room when I travel, but it's just not that serious. But anyway, so Tanya won and she got a good room. Candy was already straight. Candy already got a good room anyway, okay? So that was it with the murder mystery. The other ladies were mind you, during this time, the other ladies were drinking, and Shami and Portia were being fun and playful. That's what I would be doing. I don't no. I ain't doing all that extra BS. So let's see. Looking at my handy dandy notes. So Fallon arrives, right? And remember, Fallon is Portia's friend. And LaToya asks, why isn't she staying, in the house with them? Which, first of all, was it going to be enough room anyway for all of them? I don't know, but whatever. Toya was like, why aren't you staying with us? And Fallon was like, well, I'm going to stay with my husband next door. And they were like, why? She's like, because he's my best friend. And while it was a cute answer, a cute response, I am it's kind of cheesy and lame and whack. I don't like couples that come across super codependent on each other. I actually think it's quite unhealthy. I love and appreciate a couple that love each other and genuinely likes to be around each other. I think that's beautiful. I hope to have that one day. But I also think it can be it also can have a negative impact on a relationship if you are too codependent. So it was kind of just like, okay, girl, you had to be the one lame chick that brought her man. Because you see, had it been Kim Zolciak that brought her man, hello, Kim and Croy, very codependent, very unhealthy. The girls didn't like it. So, but Fallon is new. So I guess the girls were just gonna, let her pass, but not messy Toya. LaToya abruptly commented and was just like, that's not, because, okay, so all the girls, when Fallon said what she said, the girls were like, oh, that's so sweet, and blah, blah, blah. And so Toya butts in and was like, oh, shut up with all the aw. That's lame. Like, you could have made a new best friend on this trip, which I get her point. I do not like Toya. Let's just be clear. I don't like her. She's too messy. I'm going to read her a little bit later. But Toya, I'm not feeling her, but I understood what she meant, but I didn't like her delivery. But nonetheless, all the girls were like, aw. And Toya said, shut up with the aw. And then Drew was like, oh, don't listen to her. She does not care about husbands. So, aw, that shit was funny. Yes, Drew technically in that moment threw the shade first, but we have to remember, little Miss Toya has been throwing unnecessary shade towards Drew this whole season over a wig that wasn't even that bad. Like, honestly, the way they're going on about this freaking wig, you would have thought the wig was like lopsided and just like, you would have thought it was the worst wig in the universe. And it wasn't. It just wasn't that big of a deal. Like, it just didn't need that much critique. It wasn't that serious. And so they're really dragging this wig thing out. But nonetheless, Drew threw her shade, okay, at LaToya, which I feel like was long overdue. And I am not mad at Drew for doing it, okay? So the next scene, like the girls are now, I think, going to go through the house and see everyone's rooms, right? And Toya was like, Drew, what did you say? And she was like, I said you don't care about husbands, boo. Okay. Straight like that, boo. Straight like that. So they get into the room, and little Miss Toya thinks it's going to be a good idea to, one, not only throw shade, but two, grab Drew's arms in the middle of throwing shade. Bitch, don't touch me. It's already bad enough that you're throwing shade. You're going to also grab me? So little Miss Toya, she grabbed Drew's arm aggressively, and is like, how about we talk about your struggling husband? Excuse me? What'd you say? Who said that? Who said that? Who's struggling husband, bitch? And then you gonna grab me? Oh my God. So Drew was like, girl, don't touch me, okay? Do not touch me. Get up on me. She said the last chick that grabbed me got her head rammed into a fucking gate, bitch. I'm from Chicago, ho. I said, talk your shit, Drew. Talk your shit. And all the girls really, even Kenya, I have to give credit where it's due. Even Kenya checked. LaToya was like, yo, that wasn't cool. Marlo checked her. Candy checked her. You know what I mean? So I really appreciated the girls, not pulling double standards. I appreciate Kenya, even though Toya is her girl. I appreciate her keeping it real with her and being like, nah, girl, you was wrong. You don't grab nobody like that aggressively. And then you gonna talk shit on top of it. You don't do that. So kudos to Kenya and the others for checking LaToya, even though LaToya is just dumb and don't get it. She is just thirsty. I don't know what it is about her. Like, Candy has even said it in her confessionals. Toya is like a Kenya times 20. She's like a Kenya on steroids. And it's just, it does not come off organic. It's not funny. It's not entertaining. It actually comes off like really mean girl, real bullyish, real desperate. I just don't like the energy that LaToya is bringing. I would rather Fallon get more freaking camera time than Toya. I just don't like her energy or her vibe. I know a lot of Kenya stans are like, oh, y'all just hate her because she's friends with Kenya. Not at all. Not at all. It has nothing to do with it. It is truly that girl's personality. Like, it's just not... And from what I've heard, back when she had her YouTube, well, she still has her YouTube channel, but when she had her YouTube channel years ago, even years ago, I personally know people that have said they had to unsubscribe to her channel just because of the negative energy that she was bringing. They didn't like her. So that really speaks volumes to who she is, you know what I mean, as a person. But moving on, let me look at my notes now. So yeah, the girls calm down. They look at the rest of the rooms. Marlo gets the worst room, and it was intentional. Kenya made sure to give Marlo the worst room, and I felt bad for Marlo. We know how big of a deal the room situation is for Marlo, y'all, but Kenya was being petty and gave the worst room to Marlo. Sorry, I don't know why I'm laughing. So the next day the girls wake up and, you know, I can tell they're in like chill mode. You know, they probably woke up late. They probably slept in a little bit, you know, had a late start. As Kenya described it, okay, the night before, she let the girls know the night before that the next day was going to be a chill day, like a fun day around the pool. They're going to have like a barbecue, etc., etc. It turns out, boo-boo, the barbecue ain't until like nighttime. Like the way Kenya was talking about it, it almost came across like this was going to be like a during the day type scenario. But no. As we saw, they didn't start eating until damn 8 o'clock at night. It was pitch black outside. It was nighttime. So the girls during the day are hungry like anybody else would be hungry. Hello. So throughout the day, you hear like everyone, not everyone, but like a few of the girls saying like, oh, I'm kind of hungry. Like, what are we going to eat? Like, blah, 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 blah. And so would you believe Kenya, mind you, some of the girls are sitting by the pool. By the pool, it was like Kenya, Candy, Cynthia, and somebody else. And then in the house were the rest of the girls. And everybody was kind of like, kind of hungry. Would you believe Kenya got her ass up, went upstairs and grabbed her food, aka she ordered like Uber Eats or whatever and had the food delivered to the house for herself, not for anyone else, and then had the audacity to go and sit in front of the other ladies to eat. Where they do that at? First of all, she should have been transparent with the girls and let them know like, hey, the barbecue is not going to be until nighttime. If you guys are hungry during the day, there is food in the fridge for y'all to prepare. If you guys don't feel like cooking, then please, by all means, order takeout, Uber Eats, what have you. That's what she should have done. Okay, her second option she could have done the day of, before she was ordering her food. Hey ladies, I'm gonna order food from said place. Would any of you guys want something? It's not like you brought food and then took it to your room and ate it and like didn't, you know, fed you and your child. And that's different. I mean, some would say that's still not appropriate or classless, but still, why would you order food and then go sit in front of people and eat it? Bitch, you eating fucking crab cakes, fries, and a po' boy, and you think nobody's gonna want any of it? You're a fucking idiot and you're selfish. And first of all, the girls were already mad about the jet thing. And then now the food thing, it's just, it wasn't a good look. It was very tacky. Kenya is old enough to know you don't do shit like that. So that was just really lame. And all the girls checked her, even Candy was like, you know, it wasn't a good look. It was not a good look. Cynthia said something about it. It just wasn't a good look. Okay. So that same day, I forgot, I skipped over this part. Marlo had a conversation with Candy and was just like, damn, like this girl, aka Kenya, really doesn't like me, because she, you know, talking about the room situation and felt like Kenya did it out of spite, which she did. She did. But, you know, they have a really tumultuous history. We all know their history is very, like, rocky. And, you know, Marlo was just like, I don't understand. And Candy was just being, like, positive reinforcement, just being like, you know, y'all should have sit down and talk. And if you're feeling this way, you should let her know how you feel. And maybe y'all can come to some sort of middle ground, you know, or positive resolution, what have you. Because they do have a rocky history, and sometimes it just gets tiring seeing them fuss. So I guess they're gonna have some conversation at some point on this trip, you guys. So we're almost done, y'all. So Toya, before dinner, okay, Toya comes by the pool to the girl. She has this bag, and in the bag is a wig that she plans on gifting Drew. I'm gonna tell y'all right now, Toya is that chick that just growing up, she just never got her ass beat, not by her parents, but like in a fight. And she just needed one good ass whooping. Just one, like, she just seems like the girl that was always able to get by talking shit, being shitty, being shady, what have you. She got by, I don't know how, but she just needs her ass beat. Because you cannot just walk around at her age and just be trying people and being so disrespectful. So whatever, the dinner scene, okay? They're finally eating the damn pig, okay? The pig has been slaughtered and cooked and marinated. And while I did not like seeing the pig like that, it did look yummy. I will say it did look a little yummy, but I was a little bothered by seeing the pig, you know, laid out like that. So at the dinner table, messy Toya gives a fake ass apology. She gives a super fake apology to Drew because she didn't, you know, confront Drew about the wig face to face. Instead of talking to the girls behind her back, she should have told Drew to her face. Anyway, stupid and shady. So her messy ass says, I have a gift for you. I want to gift you a wig. I'm going to make sure it's super plucked and this and that and this and that. And I wanted to say to little Miss Toya, sweetie, why don't you get your eyebrows plucked, okay? Because it could use a little touch up. Y'all didn't see how bushy her eyebrows look. I'm going to be like, bitch, how about you go get your eyebrows plucked, honey? How about that? How about that? Ugh, messy ass. But Drew, you know, she ain't no punk now. She ain't no punk. She gonna come back at it. She gonna come back with it. So Drew was like, oh, well, you know, I get my wigs done by the top stylist in Hollywood, so I'm gonna pass. But guess what? I have something for you too. So I was like, okay. And the girls were like, okay, bitch, what you got, girl? What you got up your sleeve? So Drew goes to her room. Mind you, when the girl gets up and walks away, why little Toya gonna be like, under her breath, what the fuck she got on? You see how she fucking dresses? I'm telling you, Toya needs to get bop, 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 bop. Anyway, Drew came back, honey, with a picture of, like a headshot photo of herself, okay? And autographed it. She was just like, since you follow me so much and you pay attention to me so much, ever since we've met, I'm going to do for you what I do for all my fans, which is give you an autographed photo of myself. That way you can always have this. You're my #1 fan, and sign it. And that was some good shade. I loved it. I loved it. That was just awesome shade. And, you know, the girls were laughing and kikiing over it. It was a funny moment, and Drew handled it for real, like A1. She handled herself. And then at the end, Kenya and Marlo were getting into a little spat. I'm so over them fighting. So it's going to be continued because we didn't get to see the whole altercation. So I guess more is going to come the next episode. I don't know if the episode is going to come this coming Sunday because the Super Bowl. So they're probably going to skip it and go to the following week. But nonetheless, hopefully we will all be tuned in. Thank you guys so much for watching my review. Please, again, like, comment, and subscribe. Please subscribe to my channel. All the support truly matters and counts. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.